Hello everybody, this is Speckblocklime, your favorite reaction channel. Just joking. Hey, but who knows, maybe. That'd be great. Here with another reaction for all of you today. Now, the reaction we're doing to is the channel Brewstew, and the video is called Neighborhood Argument. I mean, yeah, when a group of kids and you guys, group together, eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna be where you're playing or trying to make up rules or something, and out of nowhere, maybe you guys won't agree. But it's natural that to happen. I think as long as it doesn't become a huge, big fight that lasts like forever, I think it's fine. As long as eventually by the end of the day, or at least maybe a little bit of time, you fix it, and it doesn't become something serious. But it's gonna happen eventually. Like I said, I grew up. A lot of kids went through that. When they would play together with other kids in the neighborhood, it happened. But anyway, let's see what Brewstew's perspective on this is, and let's see how they went through it. So here we go.
Alright, when I was a kid, I can remember getting into a lot of neighborhood arguments. Somebody always had a problem about something. You'd argue about who was going to be Odd Job in GoldenEye 64.
Yeah, an example.
You'd fight over who's going to get the wiffle ball
like
out of the
which game, which rules,
backyard.
instead of like for the same game, maybe different rules.
Well, hell, you'd fight over who's going to get the red ones, because I'd be damned if I was going to get those yellow pine saw tasting pieces of shit. And there was nobody I argued with more than my next door neighbor, Michael, because Michael was an asshole and a liar. Now, I'm going to give you an example of an argument, and I'm going to break it down into 3 phases. The first phase is Michael saying something completely untrue, totally fabricated, and borderline retarded. One time my dad was on an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. Shut the fuck up, Michael. No, he wasn't. Yeah,
there's that one kid sometimes that says stuff like that.
Norris. Oh my god, Michael,
usually you let it go really quickly, but then there could be time where that kid will just bring it back up again and again, and you're like, oh, okay, come on.
What am I? Phase 2. Michael repeats the phrase, I know you are, but what am I? Over and over again.
Yeah, not just that. There's a kids that usually have like this annoying...
I know you are, but what am I?
What's phrase that they might repeat again?
Shut the fuck up before I crack you in the face with this fucking vortex football. Which was a bluff. I wouldn't hit him, because if you did hit Michael, he'd fucking cry, and he'd run in his house, go get his mom, and she'd come outside and yell at you. But you know what? Sometimes...
Well, he's also that kid who... the one that just, you can't even, not even just like hitting, it might just be you're playing a game, and just because they don't get their way, they start crying, like, and then they either might make up that you're being unfair, or that you might have hit them, and then they just go. Then you just don't want to play with that kid anymore for a while.
To not pummel Michael's face
sometimes it works out and you work things out and then they change, but then there's other kids that just like, no, they just keep doing that and you're like,
well, my dad could beat up your dad. My dad could beat up your dad.
I don't want to deal with that kid too much.
Before we were battling Pokemon, we were battling.
I gotta be friends for a while, but then if it just keeps not working out and they keep doing something like that and never change.
Number one, no the fuck you can't, and number 2, your dad works at Home Depot. Yeah, my dad would bite off all your fingers like they were fish sticks. Shut the fuck up, Michael. What are you talking about? What is your dad, a goddamn Rottweiler?
Excuse me.
Like, that was really what we were fighting about. I could see myself just walking up to my dad. Hey, Dad, can you go outside and fight Michael's dad?
Well, this is also an example of, like,
I'm saying,
what kind of fights would happen. It's either, like, a video game or a story you heard or a book or something. I don't know. There's a lot of things that, they'll fight. This is just an example Brewstew, I guess, is giving.
For 6 years,
like Brewstew's giving.
Dad. And in the opposite corner, he once drank 5 beers in 3 minutes, and he was a bad guy in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. No, he fucking wasn't.
Oh my god.
Michael's Pop.
That, or like you imagine, like, oh, like these monsters are fighting, or these heroes, and which one would win. There's a whole bunch of things.
Story, but it didn't. And you know why? Because it was fucking.
From at least I remember, most of the ones I was ever involved with, like, at all, even just slightly, it always usually worked out. I don't think I remember any like big one where it just went really crazy and it didn't go normal. But anyways, that was the video. But yeah, like I said, there's examples. Like which video game, which version of the game that you're playing. Like, example, like if you're playing with a ball, you catch it, you throw it, you kick it, or you can't touch a certain way, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. or that's interesting, and like, but then that one kid, or maybe even a section of the kids, just don't want to do that part, and you're like, oh. And then maybe you'll fight a little, but hopefully not too much physical. But most of the time that I remember, we worked it out. I think most kids will work it out. But let's hope it doesn't last too long if, arguments happen. Not even because I'm trying to be peaceful or kumbaya. It's just like, come on, don't waste time on that. It's like, do something else. Like, literally, just don't talk to that person if they just extreme, or, try to fix it if it's possible. But anyway, that was an interesting perspective. I put the link of the video down below. Channel 2. Hopefully you guys check it out first. But hopefully you guys come back here and really, really give us support. We really need it. You'll be a big help. So this is Speckblocklime. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification button to get notified about future videos. Hopefully you guys take care of yourselves. Hopefully you guys get something good. And hopefully catch you somewhere else next time. Take care.